baby. Here we go again. What are we trying out today?
Hidden stock vodka and Tropicana watermelon.
Tropicana watermelon. That could be interesting. Let's try it. I know sometimes it looks like we drink a lot, but just keep in mind that this is the ice. Yeah, we're breaking the ice and we're teaching other people how to break the ice. Break it, baby. I get that straight.
So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about dating your wife, keeping everything fresh. I know it sounded nasty.
I was like, what's your first drink?
Yeah, no, it just sounded nasty. But keeping everything fresh. So I know people have dated for a long time. And I think people get into a habit. Rut, yep, of doing the same things all the time and not keeping things fresh and new. And I think that's when people have a tendency to look for the fresh and new.
I think what the problem there is, because I had a girlfriend years ago, and she was married and they were in a rut. You know, they had 3 kids, and instead of trying to date him or let him know what she was missing out of the relationship, she was going outside of it. And I asked her, I said, how are you going to fix your relationship? She was upset with him because he wasn't taking notice of her. And I said, how are you going to expect him to know what's going on in your head if you don't talk to him? He may not have any clue whatsoever. He may be happy with the way things are. You know, everyone's on different pages at different times, and you're over here thinking about or stepping out on him. That's not fixing the relationship at all. If you just go and either have a conversation with him and say, hey, I want to go out, I want to have sex more, I want to have more intimacy, or, you know.
Because you know what I want to say about that, right? Now, when you say, I want to have sex more, yes, that's great. Ooh, yeah, we're going to have sex. But, again, it goes back to caveman mentality. You're not offering any form of chase.
But he's not chasing anything because he has her, and that's why they're in the rut. And so my thing is she's coming to him saying, I'm attracted to you, I still want to be with you, I love you, and I desire this.
Okay, so from a biblical standpoint, a woman is supposed to have eyes for her man.
Right.
Now, from a physiology standpoint, we know a woman can only have one child every 9 months. Or if you got twins, that's not technically correct. But you understand my point.
Yes.
You got one birth a year. So women are going to be a little bit more selective. Now, men, on the flip side of the coin, we can have as many kids as we can have sex.
They're married.
Here's my point. My point being is, going back to another episode, caveman mentality, if you are not making me chase you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, then you're not providing me what I need. What I need is to hunt. I need to feel like there is either something going on that's making me want you more because someone's trying to take something of mine. Whether that be, you get a weird phone call middle of the night.
I don't agree with that at all.
You may not agree with it, but I'm telling you from a man's point of view.
It's going to make him jealous.
Exactly.
But then that's going to make him distrust her.
No, it doesn't have to be a distrust thing. If you got one of your girlfriends calling you 1 o'clock in the morning and say, hey girl, what you doing? Now, of course, in his head, he's going to say, who the fuck calling your ass at 1 o'clock in the morning? But when you find out it's Shay Shay, then, okay, I feel a little silly, but you just planted that seed. And so now I can't get upset because I know it's Shay, but my question is, why the fuck is she calling you 1 o'clock in the morning? What's going on? again, my point being is that you've planted that seed to say, okay, wait a minute, I need to step up my game. Maybe she's doing something. Maybe trying to shake it. I don't like that broad.
No,
Anyway,
I disagree.
you could disagree. I'm just telling you from my perspective.
I mean, I have been in relationships before, long-term relationships, and, you know, I've done different things to try to get the spark back, and not one of them worked. And
but what do you consider a spark?
the chase and
Okay, now, in order to get me to chase you, I have to feel like I don't have you.
I don't want to take my relationship to that level.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that you have to be doing anything. I'm just saying that in some male mentality, if you want that chase to come along, he has to feel like.
I don't want the chase. You are saying you want the chase. I'm wanting the spark.
I want the chase. Because the fun is never in the success. The fun is in the journey.
You have her, and so it's not to me it's not a chase anymore because you have her, and
Okay.
I have him, and so we're in a relationship, and we're in this rut because we have 2-3 kids, and you know we have all this going on, and you know we are you know we work and we're trying to make time for each other. I don't think it's a chase, so to speak, because a chase is trying to get something that you don't have. I don't think that's a proper term. I think it's trying to keep something that you should have never lost. And
but you see, you mean you should have never lost it, but the chase itself is part of the journey. I mean, think about it. When you go from one place to another, or go from one phase of your life to another, you never just jump to the end of the story. You always tell the story about the fun parts or the interesting things that happened in between. Always. I mean, think about the Titanic. You never go from Titanic, oh, they jumped on the boat and it sank.
I mean, if you're a meme.
So, my point being is you tell everything that happened in between that story that made it interesting. And that's a part of the chase. You want that story to continue. You want to tell that story. Well, I was talking to Shay Shay, and he thought I was cheating on him, girl. Boy, I tell you what, that night, he laid it on me.
I don't think that would happen at all.
I guarantee you it would. Just for the simple fact.
I had a girlfriend call me late at night, not because I was telling her to have sparks fly, and it did not happen. He accused me of cheating, even though I could prove who was on the phone. And I put it on speakerphone and allowed him to hear her talking to me. Mm-hmm. So, no, it did not work that way.
Okay, so what happened at the end of the relationship? Or
he thinks I cheated on him.
Really?
Yes. So no, I don't think that works.
Did this relationship have any form of spark at all that you can remember?
In the beginning.
No, and I'm talking about after he thought that you were messing around.
Because he felt betrayed. So I don't agree with that because you may have gotten something in your head and said, oh, let me keep her. But I think a majority of men, there's a large majority of men that are going to have lack of self-confidence or whatever it may be and think she's cheating on me.
Well, you know, and that's a good question that I would like to know. I like to hear from other men, and this is probably the first time that we've done this. I would like to hear from other men and other women about their actual relationships where something like that has happened. And for men, I like to know whether I'm right or am I wrong. How would you say I'm wrong?
I don't agree with you whatsoever because I've had situations that it didn't work that way. And
you realize we're way off topic here, right? Way off topic.
Your drink's almost gone.
My drink's... Okay, let's get back on topic here, okay? So, date your wife, gentlemen. have new experiences. Have those stories that you can take. Even if it's getting in front of a camera and having a complete argument about something completely irrelevant in your lives. No, you're not arguing with me.
Oh, okay.
We're having a fun little discussion in front of a camera. But date your wife, gentlemen. You know, take her out someplace special. It doesn't have to be the same. I've taken a woman to a hockey game. What do I know about hockey? No, it wasn't you, buddy.
I don't care.
What do I know about hockey? Nothing.
Just the event that made it fun.
Exactly. It was something different. And I have one particular date that I know if she see this, boy, she will not. Matter of fact, I every time I talk to her, she does not. I took a woman to Central Market because I like the food. And you took me to a supermarket? Again, at the time, it wasn't a date. It was just, hey, I'm hungry. You want to go get something to eat with me? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah. And for those uppity girls,
You gotta run with that.
Central Market was not her thing. And
Central Market's an uppity store.
I love Central Market. I love Central Market. Let me tell you what, that double chocolate mousse cake.
Chocolate? You like it?
I don't really care for chocolate.
I know.
But that double
like
chocolate
chocolate.
mousse, that double chocolate mousse cake in Central Market, that on point.
We'll have to go after all this corona.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I mean, I do agree with you. I think that I don't think it should only be on him. I think it should be on her as well. I think that she should, keep herself up to an extent. Don't, especially like, during this time and everything. I don't want to be running around the house looking like I'm half dead because I don't want to look at that. So I know you don't want to look at that. So, it's just.
And that's a good point too.
Yeah, I mean, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that don't look very cute. So I'm like, if I'm saying that, I want to look nice not only for myself, but for my man. And I think a lot of women are just like, oh, I'm at home all day and they're looking like crazy. And, you kind of lose that sexiness that you have and that your man is desiring to look at. And, you're over there with your hair throwed up and no makeup on and your ratty t-shirt and, whatever draws on that you got on. And you want him to be all like, oh, you look so sexy and, get on it. And he's like, she looks like she's been in bed for like a year.
And again, sexy is relative.
Sexy is relative.
Because
So
you put me on a big t-shirt that's hanging like right above.
okay, that's different. But
right above here. Put a little something to the imagination. I'm just like, oh yeah, she want it.
even if she doesn't, he says that.
Even if she doesn't want it, right? But yeah, she want it.
But I'm just saying, just take care of yourself and have pride in how you respect yourself. Have pride in what you look like.
To last video.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that.
We're almost done, aren't we? Oh, you got a minute, so we can talk a little bit more.
We can talk a little bit more.
Ice country. What is this from? Private stock or hidden stock?
Hidden stock in what? I assume you like that one.
Yeah, this was.
Was on point?
Yeah, this is. The watermelon is really good in this. Anyway, so since we could talk a little bit longer, since somebody, over there nursing our drink, we got places to go after. Man.
Sorry. You said hurry up.
No, I didn't say hurry up. I said you nursing your drink. I didn't say take it to the head.
Oh, really?
You might be driving later on.
I didn't want to give it to the homies.
I poured nothing out my carpet. What? Anyway, date your women. Because if you don't date them, somebody else will. Now it's time for the icebreaker moment. Or what were you going to say?
Real talk. I'm just gonna. I was agreeing. I was co-signing.
Real talk, huh?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Am I right?
Right.
Anyway, now it's time for the Icebreakers moment. So Icebreakers is not a app just for singles. If you're looking for a place to go, and I know I've done this a lot of times, looking for a place to go and can't find out or find a place that I really want to go hang out, whether that's someplace that's jumping or whether that's a nice quiet place in a corner somewhere, Icebreakers can be used to find a nice quiet bar or a nice jumping club, almost real time. Unlike what's that thing called? Yelp.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Yelp, where it's like years old.
Yeah, no, we don't need that.
You got pictures that are being shared by people that are actually at the club, damn near real time.
But if you're married, don't use Icebreakers. Like, do shady shit. Don't do that.
Right? Don't do shit.
We're not co-signing that.
Anyway, use Icebreakers to check out what's going on in club life, what's going on. Check it out with your lady. See what's going on, and you know what? Go check it out. Check out Icebreakers at Icebreakers Experience or icebreakersonline.com. It's on the App Store and Google Play.
Icebreakers Facebook.
There's Icebreakers Online or Icebreakers Apps on Facebook.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, I am just about out, baby. It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Tam.
And together we are with
Icebreakers.
Cheers.